In a big statement coming from the Manipur Chief Minister, Biren Singh has said that he wanted to say sorry to the people of the state for what has transpired in the state of Manipur since the 3rd of May 2023. He urged the people of the state to forgive and forget the past mistakes and start a new life this coming new year. A new start for a peaceful and prosperous Manipur. Playing out next on the screens is the full press conference of the Manipur Chief Minister. Take a look.
Their years is very unfortunate. I feel regret and want to say sorry to the people of the state for what happening till today, since the last 3rd May. Many people lost their loved one. Many people left their homes. So I really feel regret, and I would like to apologize to the whole victims. But now I hope, after seeing the last 3-4 months progress towards the peace, I hope with the coming of the new year, 2025, the normalcy and the peace in the state. And I want to appeal to all the communities of the state. Whatever happens, happens. We have to forgive and forget the past mistakes, and we have to start a new life, a peaceful Manipur, a prosperous Manipur, living we all recognize 34-35 tribes together, and we should live together too, in future too. That's what I want to say.
So, starting from 3rd of May last year till date, that is till today, can you please update how many people have been arrested so far, and how many died, including how many numbers of armed militant or miscreants, and how many civilians are there, and how many security personnel have lost their lives?
Till now altogether, roughly I'm telling you, about 200 people have died. And around 12,247 FIR were registered, and 625 persons accused were arrested, and huge arms weapons were recovered. Arms recovered around 5,600, including explosives, and ammunition recovered were around 35,000. So good progress is there in tackling the issues, and central government has provided enough security personnel and enough fund to have the displaced families and persons, and enough fund to construct new houses for the displaced persons.
Now, back in your first tenure, you started this war on drugs. You successfully carried out for your first term, and then now you are in.
It is a success story, I will say. We launched the war on drug in the first term, 2018. Till today, around 20,000 hectares of 7,000 crores of drugs has been arrested, and around 3,700 drug smugglers and accused were arrested, and more than around 10 to 12 subject to correction has been convicted. So I think it is a great achievement, and this time also, even having, but recently also you might have seen in my tweet X, in many areas like Ukhrul, Litan, Kangpokpi, Saikul, Soshanpur, just huge poppy plantation, hundreds of acres, and we'll continue it because this is the only things which giving a huge impact to the youth. So my appeal and my target is this: to destroy all the illegal drug-related matters from the state.
Sir, any specific future plans to resolve this conflict from tomorrow onward?
Only to resolve conflict is dialogue. Dialogue is the only solution. We should live violent. We should not target each other. We should not fight each other. Whatever the grievances, we have to sort it out through discussion in a dialogue. So central government has already initiated, and the state government also initiated through various level to bring peace in the state. And I hope with the support of the masses, peace will be restored.
Sir, altogether, how many affected families have been resettled?
Around altogether 2,058 families have been resettled, 7,549 persons, and it is district-wise, but altogether 2,058 families has been resettled.
So what are the measures that have been taken up by the government to strengthen the security forces in tackling those miscreants who have been targeting civilians and security and the state?
Central government has already started implementation of NRC, issuing passes. Particular area, after identifying the vulnerable areas, the central government has started, along with the state police and the state machineries, issuing of passes, identification of illegal or migrant or something, already started. And here, the deployment of the security forces has taken place in most of the vulnerable areas. Already security has been deployed. That's why the firing and the encounter are reducing huge. Earlier it was hundreds, but now it has come down to 10. So that is the development. So this will definitely, it is, you also, I am requesting you to all also to spread the peace message, and you can organize for talks, you can initiate for public discussion for peace. That kind of things also media can take part.
Yes.
Sir, one thing, sir. For last 2 days, there has been kind of relief, peace in the area where this Hanapokpi, and there is a hill called Uyokjik. The problem is that after 2 days, since in the early morning, those security around 2 companies have been again kicked out by the villagers in the Hanapokpi. So
No, that is wrong. I am in touch directly from the sport. That is in one part. In one part, they're kind of push and a pull. Push and a pull is taking place everywhere. In Valley also, it is taking place in Yeol also. So that is in one part that was happened. But now everything has been strengthened. Indian security force is Indian security force. This India, Manipur belongs to India. Manipur is a part of India. So wherever they want to stay for the security reason, no one can stop you. Might be in valley, might be in hills.
Sir, so in your previous press conference, you have pointed out about linking birth certificate with the Aadhaar. So what is this initiative all about, sir?
No, you see, to prevent the demographic imbalance, Manipur like state which is neighboring with the Myanmar, foreign countries, on the western side is Bangladesh and others. So we have to be very careful preserving our indigenous population intact. That's the reason why government has started an initiative to implement Aadhaar link with birth certificate through his or her mother, so that no one can be mad duplication and no one can claim duplication. That's the thing. To keep balance of the demographic in the state. That is the only, I think.
Well, an important New Year message coming there from the Manipur Chief Minister. My colleague Yash Goyal joins us live from the newsroom. Yash, several pertinent points that, of course, the Manipur Chief Minister has raised, but, you know, it is that moment in time of introspection, of self-reflection. How does one look at this big statement coming from Biren Singh?
Well, Kabir, if we put this thing in just 2 words, then I can say that Biren Singh has portrayed 2 things. In fact, he was, yes, apologetic, and also he was optimistic regarding this entire situation. And perhaps this is the biggest update in this entire thing, that Biren Singh, the Chief Minister, coming himself out and in fact apologizing to the people of Manipur. In fact, important to lament that everyone, not just one community, but he has appealed to each and every community which is there in Manipur, be they are in that very violence which took place or not. He has said that yes, what has happened in past, and now it's time to introspect and in fact to move ahead. So first is the optimism. The kind of optimism the Chief Minister has portrayed over here is remarkable, and also in fact we saw an apologetic Biren Singh here too. So this also sends out a very clear message amongst the public also, that you can see how your Chief Minister is coming out and apologizing. So it also becomes very important that how people to perceive this message. Well, this message sends out one thing, that peace should prevail in the state, and this is what Biren Singh is looking at. In fact, it was a very elaborate press brief. In fact, he answered all the questions from the media person, whatever question which were hurled at him. And in fact, at this given point, the main thing what the state needs is a leader who is empathetic to understand what is happening in the state, and also who has a plan to move forward. Basically, what a person needs to move ahead. First, they need to ponder upon what has happened in the past, and the second thing is to look ahead for the future. So both the things have been portrayed very well by Biren Singh over here. And in fact, if we look at his body language also, he was seemed quite upset regarding this entire situation, and he meant what he meant, actually what he said in this very press briefer. So and in fact, we also have to understand that he has been at the helm of affairs for such a long time, and in fact he was also at the receiving end of a lot of criticism in this entire situation. In fact, a lot of untoward situation had happened to his residents also. So all of this combined, what we are seeing at this point is, in fact, Biren Singh wants to end this year on a note where he says that yes, something bad has happened, and in fact he is apologetic to that,
right.
And now the time has come to move on.
Well, certainly. So the 2 pertinent points of self-reflection, of apologizing, and of course looking for better things, hoping for better things as the year turns another chapter as well. Yash Goyal, many thanks for joining us here on the broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, big statement coming there from Biren Singh. He's come out and apologized and said that I urge all the people of Manipur to maintain peace, spread the message of peace. 2025 should be looking at a peaceful and a prosperous Manipur. All right then, shifting our focus here, you've got winter that has certainly arrived with nonetheless breathtaking scenes from the upper reaches of Jammu and Kashmir. We've got you covered on that front. Look at these stunning visuals from Changa Bhalesa in Doda, where a thick blanket of snow has turned the landscape into a winter wonderland as well. The pristine white snow covering the region is a sight to behold, drawing admiration from locals and visitors alike. The Jammu-Srinagar National Highway, I've got some of those drone shots for you, has also received its share of snowfall, with vehicles cautiously navigating, tiptoeing, if I could use that word, with the snow-laden roads. Authorities are working tirelessly to ensure the highway remains operational, whilst travelers get to experience this magical journey through the snow-covered vistas on the national highway. Visuals from Anantnag on your screens. Now, in Bhadarwah, that's also fondly called Mini Kashmir, the season's first snowfall has brought smiles to tourists and locals over there as well. From playful snowball fights to capturing the picturesque scenery, visitors are making the most of this winter spell. The tourism sector in the region is already seeing a major boost as travelers flock to Bhadarwah, the mini Switzerland, to enjoy this snowy spectacle. Truly, the charm of winter in these regions is unparalleled. Whilst the visuals are mesmerizing, authorities have issued advisories for residents and travelers to stay cautious as temperatures and the mercury continues to dip. And it's not just Bhadarwah. You've got tourists that are thronging to the famous ski resorts of Gulmarg as well. With the New Year celebrations right around the corner, many would suggest just a couple of hours left, Gulmarg has become a hotspot for winter enthusiasts. The resorts are buzzing with activity, offering a perfect mix of adventure and celebration amidst the snow-clad slopes. A South Korean court gave authorities approval on Tuesday to arrest President Yoon Yeol after he was impeached and suspended from power for imposing martial law, marking the first time that a sitting president of the country has faced arrest. Here's a complete report.
A South Korean court approved the arrest of impeached President Yoon Yeol Tuesday over his short-lived decision to impose martial law earlier this month. It's the first time an arrest warrant has been issued against a president of South Korea. It's the latest turn in what's become the key U.S. ally's deepest political crisis in decades. Investigators allege Yoon led an insurrection, one of the few charges for which a South Korean president does not have immunity. The arrest warrant was issued by the CIO, or South Korea's Corruption Investigation Office for high-ranking officials, and was approved by a district court in Western Seoul. Yoon's lawyer, Yoon Gap-gun, spoke to media on Tuesday, arguing the warrant against his client is invalid.
I question whether the issuance of such an illegal warrant aligns with the principles of the rule of law. It is our position that this unlawful arrest warrant request is illegal and invalid. The declaration of martial law is a power granted to the president under the Constitution. The president exercised this authority legitimately as part of their duty to protect the constitutional order of the nation.
Yoon had already ignored summons for questioning 3 times since his martial law declaration. His supporters rallied outside his residence on Tuesday as they faced off with his critics, which included Jinbo Party lawmaker Chon Jun-dong.
Even regarding this arrest warrant, Yoon Yeol, who is being accused of treason, claims that it is illegal and refuses to acknowledge it. Therefore, it's imperative today to ensure that this arrest warrant is executed and that this individual accused of treason faces legal consequences.
In a statement, South Korea's Presidential Security Service said it will treat the arrest warrant according to due process. Previously, the service had blocked police attempts to raid the presidential office as part of an investigation. Meanwhile, Yoon's impeachment trial is underway at South Korea's Constitutional Court. The next hearing in that case is set for Friday. When Yoon declared martial law on December 3rd, he mentioned anti-state forces were among his political opponents. He revoked it hours later after lawmakers defied him. Prime Minister Han Duk-soo had taken over from Yoon as acting president, but he too was impeached on Friday.
Moving on, at least 71 people died in Ethiopia when a truck packed with passengers plunged into a river. And according to the spokesperson for the southern Sidama regional government and a statement, this video discusses material some may find distressing.
An accident in Ethiopia killed 71 people on Sunday after a truck packed with passengers plunged into a river. Reuters arrived at the scene of the crash Monday and found people looking down at the accident site from a bridge. A local described what he saw.
It went straight to the river. Men and women. Nobody survived. Most of the bodies didn't even have complete body parts. It would have been better if all the corpses were intact. I was here at the time. We collected the bodies of men and women and loaded them onto a car.
A spokesperson for the Sidama regional government said local traffic police had reported the truck was overloaded. He said some of the passengers were returning from a wedding ceremony, that the road had many bends, and that the truck missed a bridge and fell into the river below. Deadly traffic accidents are common in Ethiopia. Driving standards there are poor, and many vehicles are badly maintained. In 2018, at least 38 people, mostly students, were killed when a bus plunged into a ravine in Ethiopia's mountainous north.
Well, and as we're looking to the future, quite literally turning a new page from 2024 to 2025, we've got China's capital Beijing that has now passed new regulations today to encourage autonomous driving technology in the city, with authorities planning to eventually allow driverless public buses and taxis. That's right. Here's a report.
Driverless cars are already on Chinese roads. This robo-taxi is plying the streets of the central city of Wuhan, which has moved fast to adopt the technology. Now Beijing wants to catch up. On Tuesday, the capital unveiled new rules meant to encourage autonomous driving there. State media say vehicles that pass road tests and safety assessments will be allowed to apply for trials in the city. The regulations take effect from April 1st, and the eventual goal is to get driverless buses and taxis roaming the streets. There will also be moves to develop intelligent road infrastructure to support such transport. Chinese authorities have been aggressively green-lighting trials of self-driving tech around the country. At least 19 cities are now conducting trials of robo-taxis and robo-buses. On Monday, Wuhan said it had adopted new rules meant to promote the development of intelligent connected transport. Big players in the field include Apollo Go, a subsidiary of tech giant Baidu. It had set a goal of deploying 1,000 robo-taxis in Wuhan by the end of 2024. Rival Pony AI aims to roughly quadruple its driverless cab fleet by 2026. Meanwhile, Tesla hopes to bring its so-called full self-driving tech to China in early 2025, and has said it will start making its own robo-taxis the following year.